every time.
No.
So what is the best strategy to do it?
So there's 40 blog posts over here,
Okay.
right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 40 different blog posts. You're not repeating any of it. Once you get past 40, trust me, you're gonna be so much wiser. You're gonna come up with things. You're gonna be walking down the street and you're gonna see, oh, this is a really interesting building. Take a picture of it and put it on your blog. And after a little while, you know what's gonna happen? These things take a life on their own. So I have worked on websites 10 years ago that I worked on, and I haven't updated them in years. I still get leads from there.
So why the Remax Active don't have any blogging site? No, nothing.
We do have it, it's not activated yet.
Is by the agent located or?
Yes, but we also have Show Me How To. Have you seen Show Me How To? That's a blogging platform, and that's a WordPress platform.
But that's not for agent?
Sorry?
It is for it.
That's for agent.
Yeah,
But I'm talking about the Remax Active on
Yes.
website. for
we haven't
public-
activated it. We haven't spent time on it yet. It's a brand new site.
Mhm.
So, basically you have 40 questions that you can answer. So those are 40 blog posts that you have now. Is everybody with me so far? So, what role does your website play when it comes to your online marketing? Because I'm going to try and rope your website and your social media in together now. Alright, so your social media should have, let's say, this post. How to find out the age of a neighborhood. And that's http://r active. That's a blog. That's a social media post, right? Does anybody know what the intention of social media is? Why use social media? Why do you use social media?
To reach people with, like, outside your area.
Yeah. What else?
Online interaction.
That's good. What else?
Getting the leads for anything?
See, this is the thing. How many of you would go into a room and scream, hey, I have a listing at 123 Easy Street, I think you should buy it? You go to a party and you walk into the room and this is the first thing you scream. Right? Nobody would. So most of the time, agents will go onto social media and say, oh, I just got a brand new listing, 123 Easy Street, you should buy it. Or come take a look at this website. Or come do this, come do that. The key word over here is, or I should say, words. Creating value for your subscribers. So when you have something like this, does it create value? Does it hurt that you have, in between all of these messages, it says, hey, we have a new listing? Does it hurt? No. People forgive that. Because they're getting so much value from here that if you're marketing to them a little bit, they won't mind. But if your message is always about listings, nobody will follow you, first of all. Why would somebody follow you if you are like a talking realtor.ca? You know, there were agents that when the social media started, they were actually going to realtor.ca and sharing listings from realtor.ca on their website, on their social media. Which is ridiculous, because all it did is send people over to realtor.ca. They didn't get anything out of it. So, you have this blog post that you have put on your website, and now you've sent this off to Twitter. That's it, on Facebook. Now, from here, you've got an engagement, so people have gone back to the site, and now they are checking out other blog posts on your website. If you have a website that has listings, they might even start looking at the listings. Right? And this is Internet Secret in a flash. Basically, the idea is that what you want to do is you want to create value for anybody that follows you. And providing valuable information. Now, you have, this is a forced way of doing it, so you're sending it out to your Twitter and then people are clicking and coming back. The other aspect is you have traffic, right? Traffic from search engines. So once you have all these keyword-rich phrases on your website, what do you think will happen to your traffic? Start going up automatically, right? So keywords are there, start going up, and now you have organic people coming in. Let's say it's still not enough money. Then you can go PPC. So you can target words like Meadowvale real estate, or Meadowvale homes for sale, or Meadowvale home prices. You can target those. How many of you are familiar with long search versus short search, long tail versus short tail search results? Anybody? No? Okay. So, Toronto real estate is a short tail result. When you search Toronto real estate, who's competing for that Toronto real estate word? Everyone. Right? Everyone is competing for it. And what does Toronto real estate mean? What does Toronto real estate mean?
The GTA, like an hour.
Yeah, but what does it mean exactly?
A wide.
If I'm looking for a house, in Scarborough, will I type Toronto real estate?
Nope.
What would you type? Scarborough. So who's going to type Toronto?
Toronto.
People,
Foreign investors?
Foreign investors.
People want in Toronto.
Sorry?
Those who are.
Who wants to want downtown Toronto?
Still they won't type Toronto. They might type for an overview of the market, but the buyer is not going to buy in Toronto.
If they're looking for a C1 area, they will type Toronto.
They will type the neighborhood. So this is a difference. So something like Toronto real estate is called a short tail. This is the long tail over here. So very generic, very specific. So how it works is people that are competing for Toronto real estate are your Home Depots, your Walmart, your Lowe's, your Ronas. These guys are competing in Toronto real estate. So when people are searching Toronto real estate, one of the ads in there is Home Depot. Because they know that people that are searching for real estate are also might be looking to renovate. So they want to get in the front of the page. So, people that are searching for Toronto real estate, usually Toronto real estate costs a lot of money. Alright? So, the more general it is, the more it costs. I think Mississauga real estate right now, a cost per lead is around $10 US. For Brampton, it's $9 US. Now, if I'm in Mississauga, by the way, Toronto is $44. So let's say this is Mississauga, right? This is Brampton, right? Where do you suppose Meadowvale is?
And then
In between.
On the end.
So more specific, what do you think the cost per lead for Meadowvale would be?
3.
So, for one lead over here, I can get 11 over here. Or actually, no, it's even more. I can't even do the math right now. I can get 14. Or 15. 13, thank you. We have a mathematician here. So, 13 leads here versus 1 here. Which one do you prefer? I can tell you, this person over here might not even be looking for real estate. So this, in a nutshell, is short tail versus long tail. Long tail is better, and this is why I was talking before, having a niche. Niche is all long tail. Questions? All right.
So, and the questions, these all the keywords, when you go with the SEOs, so should comes in to the main website content, or should we put it as a in blogging? That's a jumping into the
Okay, couple of things. SEO in terms of what?
SEOs for, the jumping the website, on the first page, when anybody search out.
Here's the thing. There are a lot of tools available to do that for you. If you have content on your site, I have a website, there is no SEO done whatsoever to it. I've made the website myself. All I have are 400 articles there. I just wrote. I don't even post on that. I still get leads from there. I have listings on that site from 3 years ago that people are still inquiring about. So SEO is content. You put enough content over there, you'll be fine. Why do you think that Toronto Star and Global Mail and the Sun not so much, but Globe and Mail, you have websites like BlogTO, Toronto, it's like, why are they so popular? Why do they have all this money? They keep on creating content. Have you seen how huge their websites are? The reason is because they have so much content, when you search for something, they show up first. Because they have an article that is relating to it.
That's one thing, but that's what somebody is genuinely working on a website over a period of time and it just get all these CEOs and it goes up. But there are tons of companies who claim that artificially they just pump that CEO and your website.
If you want to pay money, you can pay money.
That's,
See, here's the thing. Those guys don't do it for free, right? The other thing is, if somebody tells me, hey, I'm going to get you on #1 page, I'm like, under what term? What is going to be the term? Right? You're going to get me on #1, and you're promising the same term to 10 different people. How many #1s can there be? One. Right? So, if he says, oh, I'm going to get you #1 under your name, come on. You should be #1 under your name. How many of you have Googled yourself lately? No, seriously, how many of you Googled yourself lately? Are you #1? If you're not, you need to start blogging. Go get a website. Get a couple of social media accounts.
You have to Google yourself.
Yeah. It's very, very important. All right, so give me a last question before I move forward.
It's gonna be just a small one, because I know a lot of people, they don't have time, they have so many reasons not to write a blog.
Yeah.
And I know there are some, and I'm 50% nothing, so. But I know some companies, they can offer this blogging service.
Yeah. Unless you can tell them what to write,
Exactly.
it's useless.
otherwise it will be same drip campaign letter which irrelevant to whatever you're buying.
The problem is, okay, why does a buyer use you, or why does a seller use you? What's
I see
your,
the value.
sorry?
I wanna see your added value to it.
Thank you. These things, you can go out and you can leverage yourself, you can write, I'll give you an example. So me and Nazir were working on a deal, remember the one that sold for $840? Right? That one, actually, they sent me a waiver with a price amendment on it. So I went to the lawyers, had a conversation with the lawyers, and I accepted the waiver. And we're closing it today, and they wanted an $18,000 reduction, and they got 0 reduction. My client is happy. They just got $18,000 in their pocket, they used me. It's a small mistake the other agent did, and I just caught it. And I ran with it. Now, is that something that is value add that my other sellers would find interesting? Absolutely. Can somebody else write that story for you? No. Write your own story. Also, another thing, you know, if you want to really take your career to the next level, write. Document what you're doing. The more you document, the better you're going to be for it. People will respect you a lot more. And you know what? They will actually do a lot of research on you beforehand, before they even come meet you. I do a lot of videos, so you won't believe how many times I get people calling me and talking to me as if they already know me. It's almost creepy. Because they're like, oh, I saw your video and you're doing this and you're doing that. And I'm like, which video are you talking about? Because there was something I did 3 years ago that I made a video about. So the point of the conversation, the point of doing this is, one, to open yourself up. Two, show that you're an expert. And three, create value for your clients. The business will come itself. So give me one more question and then we're going to go into more detail here.
Question could be like if somebody is dealing with luxury houses or niche marketing, they would say, what's your experience about dealing with this size of a house, or you know that particular.
What they should ask?
Yeah.
Okay, so dealing with the type of property.
Yeah.
So let's
What's
say
your
it's an
experience of dealing with this size of a house?
Yeah, so we did have something similar to this. Where do you go? Full-time, part-time agents, but okay. Dealing
with luxury houses or
with
experience.
type of property. So it could be luxury, it could be income, it could be commercial.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so, is everybody with me so far over here?
Yeah. Since we talk about all this list and there are too much of a writing part, and I know for some reason majority of the people they try to avoid, or they have some kind of reluctance of writing things up or like that. But since you mentioned people still notice and they feel more connected with the video stuff, and it's easy, it's quick, it's fast.
I'm gonna get to it.
So why can't we just?
I'm gonna get to it. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it.
So, and
You're
like,
jumping ahead.
very quick thing, the agency relationship number 6.
Yeah.
You said how we can go with the website and develop the agency relationship. Do we need a form over there? What is like,
Talk about agency relationship.
just talking?
Yeah,
Okay.
these are all topics for you to talk about.
No, I misunderstood. I thought differently. For
No.
that.
This is all topics for you to talk
Okay.
about. So guys, local info, for example. I just said local info. How many restaurants are in that area? If there are 10 restaurants there, you can write 10 different blog posts. Go visit that restaurant. Write a review about them. Put it on your blog. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. And then you know what you can do? You can copy and paste that blog into Google and put a link over there for yourself.
Help you also to come out.
No, you're backlinking. How many of you know what backlinking is? Right, I need some.
Link yourself back to back.
Yeah, what happens is, I got the biggest boost when I had done an interview with Don Campbell. Anybody of you know who Don Campbell is? Don Campbell is the godfather of real estate investment in Canada. He runs like real estate investment network in Canada. Anybody know what RAIN is? No? Jesus. He's written more than 10 books on real estate in Canada. 97 things not to do in real estate, Toronto real estate. He's like been the #1 person 10 years ago that predicted Hamilton becoming Hamilton. No? Okay. Don Campbell. Anyway, so I had done an interview with him and we were talking about Toronto real estate, we were talking about Hamilton, we were talking about all these things, and all of a sudden, his blog, which is Real Estate Investment Network, backlinked into my blog. So they said, hey, check out this interview that Don did with Addie. And they gave a link back. All of a sudden, this website that is very, very highly ranked gave me credit. All of a sudden, my website just went through the roof. So it's finding those little things that will actually push your website forward. Question?
Technical question.
Yes.
Might sound stupid because I'm not a lot of information on tech. Can you actually, I know you can do it in the States, I'm not sure if you do the Google Analytics, you just see how with the traffic on your
Oh yeah. I'm going to show you examples of it. Yeah, I'm going to show you examples of them. So I have one website that I started in October last year. I'm gonna show you examples of that so you can see how it progressed. Last year? No, geez, it's been a year and a half now, sorry. So, I'm gonna show you examples of how you can start a website, and just by simple blogging, you can, as long as you have a niche, you can actually make a difference. Alright, so, everybody with me so far? Any questions? Alright, so, when we are sharing information online, can you tell me what are the different ways we can share information?
You mean the medium you can
Yeah,
use for
yeah.
sharing?
Yeah?
That could be visual or written.
Come on, guys. So they're basically 4 mediums. Right? I bet you that you guys can figure out at least one social media that can actually connect with each side, right? So you could talk about text, you could talk about Twitter, right? With picture, you can talk about Instagram. With audio, anybody can give me an example?
YouTube. Well, no, that's video.
No? There's SoundCloud or iTunes. Right? Video is YouTube. Anybody tell me which one is the best out of these?
YouTube.
All of them.
Depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
Good.
Different
Depends on how you use them.
Yeah.
Who is your client and what are you selling? So, who's your client and what are you selling? That's what it depends on. If you're selling real estate, picture is something that needs to be there. Also audio, and if you can do video, that's really, really good. But if you're selling, I don't know, anything. Stocks is actually,
Text.
yeah, stocks.
It's kind of-
Did you know that there's a lot of fire departments actually use Twitter for notifying all their servers? Anybody know that? It's really cool. If you ever look for it, it actually has like all these codes that come out. Anytime there's a fire, the 911 call dispatches, it generates these codes. And then the fire stations actually pick it up. And then they know they have alarms going off.
Yeah, Peel Region does that too.
Yeah, they actually broadcast it to the public too. So it's really, really cool stuff that happens on online nowadays. Anyway, so for real estate, video is the best, but that doesn't mean you can't use any of the other. Now, there's platforms out there that will allow you to do multiple. So Instagram would also allow you to do video. Has anybody tried that? The story, right? Audio, SoundCloud, iTunes, you can do podcasts. How many of you have ever done podcasts or listened to a podcast? Okay. Yeah? How many of you ever listened to an audiobook? Right? So these are all podcasts. So audio, that's marketing for you too. Video is the best one. So, you have 4 mediums. Now, what do you do when you make a video? You take a video and you put it on YouTube, right? Why YouTube? Can anybody tell me another example of a video hosting service?
Boom boom.
You're talking BombBomb?
Boom boom, I guess.
Yeah, BombBomb is not a video hosting service. Thank you. Does anybody know what the difference between the two is?
One's owned by Google.
Sorry?
One is owned by Google, so it's
Yeah.
top of the ranks.
Okay. I need a bigger difference.
YouTube free? I'm not sure.
Number of users. That's the big difference. YouTube has a lot of users versus Vimeo doesn't have that many users. Vimeo is really good if you are doing paid content, Vimeo is really good for that because not a lot of people search Vimeo. But YouTube is really good because they have a lot of users. So, now, what you have, let's say you're doing videos, right? So what kind of videos are we doing? Right? So you write the article, then you can stand in front of the camera and you can read it. You can read the article you just wrote, and there's your content. How many of you think you can do that? Right? How many of you know that we have a video room in the back where you can do this? Because Zishan didn't know. We have a video room in the back. You can go and you can make your videos. We have lights. You just set up your phone and you just record yourself. So now you have resources available so you can make this. So you write an article. Let's say about mortgage qualification. Oh, sorry. One thing before I continue. How many of you know what an evergreen content is? No? Okay. So there's two types of contents that you will create. This is stuff that you're going to come across.
Is it something that does not change?
Thank you. So let's say how to compare prices in a neighborhood.
That changes.
No, it doesn't. How to does not change.
Oh, how to, okay.
How to is considered evergreen because how to compare prices in a neighborhood, you can put that article up and it will be the same in 10 years. How to compare prices? Well, there's four different methods, right? Does anybody know what they are? 4 different methods?
One is direct comparison.
Yeah? Income approach?
Yeah.
No? Come on! Cost to rebuild?
Yeah. Cost of
No? I think there are only 3.
I think so. Yeah.
Alright. So evergreen content. Try to write as much evergreen content as possible because you just have to put the effort in once. Once it's done, then that's it. Now, when you're doing videos or you're doing listing videos, videos of your properties, is that considered evergreen?
Listing video, what do you mean?
I have a house for sale.
Yeah, no, that's not evergreen.
Why isn't it evergreen?
Because it could change.
Because it could change.
Price will change.
Sales,
Or,
renovated, not renovated.
guys, can we market a listing that is already sold?
Technically,
You can, but there's no, you're not getting anything out of it.
So what we're asking, you're doing a proper job, you're doing proper staging, you're doing whatever.
But if you made a video and it had the price in there,
You get disclosure from them.
even if you have disclosure, you can't.
We can't.
That listing, that video has to come down.
With the price.
That's right, yes.
That
yes,
video has
yes,
to come down.
I had a situation where, there was a video on YouTube and my clients purchased that house. And it's funny because my client called me, she's like, somebody knows how my house looks from the inside.
Hmm.
Can you please tell, and I did, that's right.
Yep.
You cannot.
That video has to come
has to
down.
come down.
It's considered private information.
Private, yeah.
It's invasion of privacy. There's a timeline on listing. So, should you be spending a lot of money doing property listing videos?
Mm. No.
Puts it in perspective now, right?
Yeah.
So you let's say spend $500 in doing a video about a property. Now, that $500 is done as soon as the property sells. You made your money. I'm not saying don't do videos for the property. I'm just saying, if you're pinning everything that this property listing, this property video is going to make you money, chances are it probably is not. It's just going to help you sell the place. And then that's done. It's a timeline on it. Versus if you do a video talking about one of these topics. And guys, one of the best things about video is that it does not have to be a really high quality video. As long as the audio is good, people will continue to watch it. If the audio is bad, people will just leave. Is everybody with me so far? Alright, so we have 4 different mediums. We decided we're going to do video. Right? Now, we have a website already. So what we're going to do is we're going to We're gonna put our video on YouTube, right? And then it's gonna go into our website. From our website, it is gonna push it out to Twitter, right? It's gonna push it out to Facebook. It's gonna push it out to WhatsApp. Really? I haven't done WhatsApp.
I do all the
All right. You must be the annoying person that I want to delete all
DOT,
the time.
WhatsApp, DOT, both.
WhatsApp. I don't recommend WhatsApp. Anyway, you have WhatsApp. What else? You have, let's say, Instagram. Insta. You have what else? LinkedIn. So you have all of these people that are here
WhatsApp is
that are getting exposed to your. And now these people are all coming back to your website. And then the circle continues. Now, I'm not going to get into details of, well, you got to make sure there's call to action every single time you have it. Does anybody know what a call to action is?
a basic 4 principle of advertising, which is the last one, which is action. So, whatever.
Call to action is when you ask your reader to take a specific action. So, to get this best pricing, please call 1-800, whatever the number is. Or got junk, whatever. Right? So this is your online marketing. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a couple of examples. I'm going to be projecting on that wall over there. What time is it? I do need a 5-minute bio break. Is that okay? You guys can make your phone calls. I'll be back in 5 minutes.